Hey guys, Tim here from Boogie, Snail, Machine. Hope you're having a fantastic day. So in this video I'm speaking about jitter. It might sound like some scary tech problem, but in mastering it's really a big deal. Still, it helps to know what it is, when it comes from, and when it can actually affect your sound. Before we start, please remember, if you've got a mic that needs mastering, head over to bsmastering.com and request a quote and get 50% off your first order. Like or dislike this video, leave a comment. Your feedback always helps me keep creating. And now, without any further ado, let's get started. What jitter means in mastering. In mastering, our whole job is about preserving detail and depth, and that means timing is critical. Jitter simply tiny errors when a digital system captures or plays back audio samples. For example, if we are working at 96 kHz, the system should take 90,000 perfect snapshots of the sound every second. But in reality, the clock inside your gear, the one telling it exactly when to take each snapshot, is not 100% perfect. One sample might be captured a fraction too early, the next a fraction too late. That's jitter. A mastering analogy. Think of jitter-free system as a metronome clicking perfectly in time while you master a track. Now imagine the click wanders ever so slightly, not enough to sound like a tempo change, but just enough to smear the groove. That's what jitter can do, not change the pitch or speed, but subtly blur the precision of your audio. Why it matters for mastering engineers? When jitter is bad, it can smear transients and soften details in cymbals, strings and vocals, collapse the stereo image slightly, reduce the sense of space in reverb tails. All things we fight hard to preserve in mastering. Where jitter comes from in mastering setup. Every digital device in your chain, audio interface, digital EQ, converter, digital compressor, has an internal clock. Perfect clocks don't exist, so each piece of gear has some jitter. The real trouble happens when you connect multiple digital devices together, and they are not following the same master clock. In mastering, this might happen if you are using an external AD or DA converter along with your main interface. You are running digital output connected via IIS, SPDIF or optical. You have multiple converters in a hybrid setup. How clocking errors show up? If two devices run at slightly different speeds, say one at 44,100.02 Hz and the other one at 44,099.97 Hz, over time they will drift apart. In mastering, that can cause clicks or pops in your rendered audio, a subtle but audible loss of focus, the dreaded graininess in high end. These are not mastering EQ problems, these are clocking problems. The simple rule for mastering engineers: always have one master clock in your chain and make every other device follow it. In mastering, the master clock is usually the AD converter, because that's where the analog sound becomes digital. Everything else your interface digital processes should be set to slave to that clock. Why most mastering rooms don't need to panic. Modern converters and mastering interfaces have extremely low jitter, even budget gear. If you are mastering entirely in the box with one interface, jitter is basically a non-issue. If you are hybrid with a few digital devices, just clock them properly and you are good. Buying an expensive standalone clock in a simple setup won't make your masters magically sound better. Takeaways for mastering engineers. In the box with one interface, ignore jitter. Hybrid with multiple digital devices. Set a master and slaves. In complex mastering chains, consider a dedicated master clock, but only if you truly need multiple devices locked together. Remember, the biggest audible jitter problems come from bad sync, not from jitter spec on your gear. So, that's jitter, not some mysterious mastering demon, but a small technical detail that only matters in a certain setups. If your clocking is sorted, your masters will keep every bit of detail, punch and stereo width you worked for.